Okay. Let me know if you guys can hear me over there. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, yeah. So I thought I would just do a quick little stream just to kind of update you guys on where I'm at with the recording of the discography and stuff. So yeah. But long story short, my wrist is much better now, and I'm ready to go again. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try to go for another take next week. Okay, we just finished getting things set up. All right. Can everyone hear me okay here? Just making sure I have all my volumes all set up properly. I know there's a bit of a delay there between the chat and when I'm talking, so I apologize for that. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, kind of you can see in the title too. I'm just gonna do a quick little stream right now just to update you guys on like where I'm at regarding the recording. I'm totally open to answer a bunch of questions right now too. Can definitely use that as an opportunity to do a little bit of a Q&A as well. And then yeah, I'm gonna end up doing another take of the discography next week because the wrist is much better now. But yeah, I'll talk a little about like what happened with that as well. Yeah, just kind of like my plan to tackle the next take here, just so I'm fully prepared to get things going again. Sorry, give me 1 sec here. I'm just gonna go turn off the dehumidifier in the room. Okay. So yeah, I'll start off with questions first. We can do some of that, and then I'll talk a bit about what happened and my plan for the next take. Okay, there we go. What's the hardest Tool song, in my opinion? Honestly, I don't know. They all kind of have their own thing. If I had to say one though, I definitely think Tempest or like something like Invincible. Like those ones are definitely up there. Just because of the length, there's so many different changing parts and stuff. But yeah, but I would say like discography wise, Tix and Leech is a really bad one because it's like 4 hours into the take and like my legs, they're super tired by that point. So doing that double kick, like it gets a little bit jumpy sometimes just because I'm so exhausted. But yeah. But yeah, like what makes each song uniquely different? Well, it's all in like the feel of the song too, and I think that's what makes some of the songs difficult. Is maybe not. I totally get like the technical aspect of the songs are definitely super difficult, but the feel of the song as well, being able to play them with a feel to the music is, I think, just as challenging. So finding a balance between playing with feel and playing like with the technicality, I think that's what makes them all difficult in their own ways too, because not each song sounds the same, right? So yeah. What happened to Undertow? So unfortunately, that one it got taken down again. And that is a little bit of a concern for the discography as well. I'm a little bit worried that it's going to get taken down, and it most likely will get taken down. So my plan for uploading is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the entire video fully edited as one video. We'll do that first, just see if it works out. And then what I want to do is I'm going to chop up each song individually into a playlist in like sequential order. So, and then have that unlisted. Just because with copyright, it's tough for the labels to like properly monetize the video if it's in playlist form. So like the entire discography in one video, as opposed to if it's just a single song. So hopefully the discography works out, it doesn't get taken down, but if it does, I will have a backup playlist with all the songs in order on there as well. So it'll still be watchable. And then I also want to upload like the drums only version. And then this live stream obviously is going to be up as well. How do I memorize all the parts for the lengthy songs? Yeah, of course. So initially, it's tough on the memory because you do have to really think about the parts and play them. But as I play them like more and stuff, it becomes more of a feeling as opposed to having to think about playing the parts. It's almost like just kind of listening to a song. Like I can feel what comes next, and then I'm just translating that over to the drums like over time. And I think that's what makes it a bit easier, because like even with the discography take, I don't have any charts or anything around me, so a lot of it is based off of feel and stuff. And I've been working on these parts for quite a few years now. They're not 100% accurate, like I said. Like there's a lot of improvisation as well in them. But I try my best to play with the feel close enough to the tracks. So yeah. Okay, what song took you the longest to learn, or what song is the most confusing? Numa's definitely a tough one. I gotta put Numa up there. Invincible as well too. Just a lot of the Fear Inoculum stuff is they're quite long tracks, and they're pretty technical. Like as much as they are a bit slower than the other albums, they're quite technical. So yeah, Rosetta Stoned is another really tough one. How long have I been preparing for this? So I started learning some of Tool's stuff, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago. Somewhere around there. Like I just started, like I'd learn like maybe one every few months or something, and then I started to really get into Tool. So then I started to set the challenge of trying to do the albums in one take. And then after I was comfortable with the albums, I kind of wanted to end things off. I'm like, I want to do all the Tool things in one try. I don't know if I can do it, but I set that goal for myself, and I tried my best to work towards it. I gave it my best shot. Definitely with the first attempt, like a few weeks ago. It was like, it was fun. It was good. It was just really tiring, and I don't think I was fully prepared for it because it wasn't as clean as I'd want it to be, I guess. Like I want it to be a little bit cleaner. So now that I've done it like once or twice around there, I'm a lot more comfortable with where I need breaks and where I need to eat food or like drink water or something. So I feel a lot more prepared now. So yeah. Okay. Let me see here. Do I play slide or heel toe? I kind of play slide a little more. A little bit more comfortable with it. How long does it take you to learn Swiss Army triplets? It all depends on how you approach them. The biggest thing is just slowing them down, doing them nice and slow, and not pushing yourself past what you're comfortable with. Because if you try to play it super fast right away, it's not going to be as clean, and you're not going to be as comfortable playing it. So just slowing it down, making sure you can build up that speed comfortably, then it'll become more natural, more of a feeling, as opposed to just struggling with it. So, yeah. Any tips for learning the Rosetta Stoned polyrhythm? Yeah, of course. So definitely start with Swiss Army triplets. I think just breaking like any of those polyrhythms down into their smaller parts as opposed to just seeing it as one thing is a lot less overwhelming. So learning the Swiss Army triplets, then just adding like the quarters with the hi-hat over it, and then maybe adding like the 5/4 with the kick on top of that. Just one part at a time. Just focus on one limb, and then when you're comfortable, add another one, and then I would say like when you can play the part without having to think about it, then add the next limb. Something just build up that muscle memory at first. I've personally that's the easiest way for me. It's different for everybody though, so yeah, I don't know. I just definitely recommend breaking it down into like its smaller parts and then building it up. How to start playing double pedal if I never have? Yeah, well, again, just starting really slow. Just start with singles. Just play nice and slow. Maybe do like a nice just 4/4 groove, you know. Nice and simple, slow, and then build up your speed a little bit. Myself, like I taught myself double kick. I never took any lessons or anything for it. I just remember starting. I was struggling a lot with it, but just be consistent with it. Start slow, make sure it's nice and clean, and then build your speed up as opposed to trying to go super fast first and then things are super messy. But yeah. Is the 4/3 polyrhythm in Eulogy hard? Yeah. Like a lot of these parts, they're definitely super, super challenging. But like I said, like the more you play them and stuff, like you'll get more comfortable with them and just breaking them down into the smaller parts. But yeah, a lot of tool stuff, like it's definitely challenging, but it's definitely doable. Like if you set that goal for yourself, you break it down, and then slowly build things up. Honestly, you could tackle anything like that. So yeah. Can you recommend any Tool songs that is easier side to play for less experienced drummer? Yeah. Um, a lot of stuff on Undertow is really fun. Like if you're looking for like an odd time signature one, Intolerance is a really good one. If you simplify like the fills in Sober, that's another really good one to do. Schism, that's a fun one as well. Like those three are good ones to look at. So, yeah. Thank you so much there, Pedro. That means a lot, brother. Thank you so much. Tyler, how many people were waiting outside your door when you finished the last time? Yeah, so when I walked out last time, like both my parents were there. And then my one buddy, he's letting me use his studio space right now, which is super, super kind of him to record this. He was there as well. So yeah. Okay. Any interest in going for the discography of other drummers? I kind of want to tackle my own stuff after this because like I'm ready to start making my own music. I've started picking up guitar by myself a little bit too, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So I'd really like to start writing some of my own stuff and branching out like that, as opposed to just doing covers. Like as much as they're fun, I'll probably still do some covers, but I really want to work on like bettering like myself and creating some of my own stuff as well, and maybe getting together with some other musicians to play live and stuff, because that's like my ultimate goal. Like I'd really like to play live music. It's just super fun, like the energy and being able to connect with other musicians live it's super fun. So yeah. Okay. How to get used to playing odd time signatures there. Sorry, one sec. How to get used to playing odd time signatures like 5/8, 7/8, maybe composing in them. Yeah, so You could play along to a metronome or something if you set up, like I know in GarageBand or like Logic Pro, something like that, you can set up a metronome in those odd times. If you start playing to it, you'll be able to hear where that one falls, and then just slowly playing along like a super simple, like straightforward beat over top of it, and then just finding where that one lands again and where to reset, like fall back on to reset that measure and stuff. Just starting nice and slow and then building up again. I think 7/8's a fun one if you start with that, or like 5/4. Those are really fun as well. Thank you so much there, Super Damian James. That means so much, man. I really appreciate it. Okay. Is the breakdown during Write in 2 hard for you to replicate the studio version? Yeah, so right in the middle, like with all the tablas and stuff. I was actually just working on that before the stream here, but it's definitely tough. Again, like I'm doing a lot of improvisation over it though. Like I'm not keeping exactly accurate to the studio version, but I'm trying to keep it decently close. But it's a lot more fun just kind of playing like on the go, and like with feel as opposed to trying to be more like robotic and machine like. But yeah, no, it's a tough one. Okay. Oh, my top 5 drummers. Okay, I'm gonna have to go. Danny Carey's up there. He's got to be my number 1. Neil Peart, Larnell Lewis is another big one. When I was younger, I really looked up to Taylor Hawkins as well. That's a huge inspiration for me as well. I don't know about a 5th. I just kind of have like those 4 are up there, like the most notable for me there. But yeah. Okay, yeah. So I'll talk a little bit about the wrist and what happened with that. So here's what happened. So before I did the first stream of the discography, I actually practiced the discography on like the Saturday before that Tuesday, doing that take. And I played the entire discography just by myself, no cameras or anything, just to make sure everything went well. So I actually already played it once before that Tuesday, and then I played it again on the Tuesday with the stream. And then I restarted like 3 hours in, and it ended up being 10 hours of drumming, and then I wasn't 100% happy with it, and I decided to go right back to it on Friday, which was a little bit too soon because I put a lot of strain on my wrist. Like it's kind of on the ulnar side here, on like by my pinky. It's down here a little bit. So I actually didn't do anything major to it. I was playing so much that I strained something in my wrist. It was just more of an overexertion thing. So I went to see an osteopath, and he corrected everything. He just said it was overstrain. And ever since like I went back to that, I've eased back into it little bits at a time, and like my wrist, it's perfectly fine now, which is good. So I'm gonna try to just pace myself out a little bit more with the next take. Play a little bit lighter as well, just not too hard on my wrist because it is a long time and there's a lot of like repetitive motion. But yeah, I tried to get back into the studio a lot, like after my wrist really hurt in that one take, but it kept hurting for like a couple more weeks. So after getting it corrected, it's been a lot better. But in that last take on Friday, it was about 2 hours in, I started to notice like a little bit of pain in my wrist around here, like around that bone that kind of pops out a little bit. And sometimes I'll get that and it'll just go away. But it started to get worse and worse. And then like as I was hitting the cymbals like over here, it's kind of like the twisting motion. I would get like a really sharp pain, and it almost felt like my wrist was broken. Like it got really bad. And then there was one last hit right before I stopped where like I'm like, I screwed something up. I need to stop. So I just stopped, which was honestly for the better, because if I would have kept going, I think I could have definitely permanently damaged my wrist. It was lucky I only strained it there. But yeah, I had to stop. I didn't want to risk not being able to drum for a long period of time, or not being able to return to drums properly for like a really long time. But yeah, ever since I know I said I was going to come back in like a week and try it, but it's a little bit ambitious of myself because I wasn't quite ready. It still hurt. So I've just been taking time to rest it, make sure I'm 100% ready for the next take. But yeah, it's been a lot better. I've come to the studio a little bit more. I've been able to play with like the same intensity again, so I'm not really holding back too much, but my wrist is back to normal now, so I'm gonna try not to screw it up again, because that wouldn't be good. But yeah, so, and the other thing too is from that take, when I went to the osteopath, I actually, like, I had a bunch of strain in my back and my legs as well, and my neck just from sitting for such a long time. So that got corrected as well. So I'm feeling a lot better about playing now. I feel a lot more prepared. So I think I'm ready for another take here. But yeah, and another thing that I've never really said publicly or told you guys about, it's just kind of put like an extra stress on this that may have caused some mistakes throughout it, but I've got type 1 diabetes, and I've got an insulin pump here as well. So that was a big concern for me because it's such a prolonged period of time, and I was really worried about like my glucose levels dropping really low, which actually happened quite a few times. So if you saw me grab one of the water bottles there, like one of those, most likely it was some kind of sugar or something just to get my sugar back up. But that was a big concern because in that take, my pump, it kept delivering me insulin because it saw my sugar going up when I would eat, but I was exercising quite a bit, so it would keep dropping me, and I was really worried about that, so I wasn't able to fully focus on playing the parts to my liking. So that made it really difficult, just to focus and to be able to play with full intensity without having to worry about potentially going low and then having an emergency or something. So I have a plan with that for the next take 2 that's going to help me not worry about that at all. So hopefully that's going to work, because the thing is, there's like a little bit of it's got like a little bit of a brain, like the pump here, and it'll automatically deliver stuff for me if it sees my sugar going up. So I can actually turn that feature off and control it myself throughout that take, just so I have no worry about having to stop because of that. So I think that's going to help a lot. Now that the wrist is better, I'll be more prepared. I know where I need to take breaks, just where I need to have water and stuff as well. So I think I'm feeling a lot more ready, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm thinking I'm going to try to do the take hopefully next Friday or something is what I'm looking for. I think I'll probably start sometime in the morning just so I can end by dinner time, so I can have a proper meal right after. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's super exciting. So yeah. But yeah, I can't do too much more after this. So I'm gonna do one final take, and then that's gonna be it. I'm just gonna take what I have. I'm gonna do the same stream. I'll have my GoPro up there so you guys can watch. And then afterwards, I've got cameras set up around here as well. So I'm gonna fully edit like all the footage, all the audio and stuff, and I'll make a full video out of it as well. It might take a little bit to edit and get that out, but there will be a fully edited thing. There's gonna be a drumless version. A drums only version as well. So, okay. How long does it take? Yeah, so the entire thing is 7 hours and 20 minutes. I left out all the intermission songs as well, so it's constant drumming. I'm gonna take like a 2-minute break every couple albums though, just to pause it. Just so I can have some meal, like some water, snack, whatever. But yeah, it's about 7 hours and 20 minutes. There are a couple songs that I had to cut out for copyright reasons in the final video. Yeah, I think it's just Disgustipated. That's the only one that has copyright issues that I had to take out. Sweat as well from Opiate. That one I am playing because it's the first song, but I can't include it in the final video just because it's going to get blocked. So, yeah. Okay. Let me see here. Did Danny see your first try? Honestly, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you if he has or not. I've never been in contact with them before. I'm more so just kind of doing this. We'll see what happens. If I ever got to speak to him one day or something, though, that'd be a super cool opportunity. But yeah. Okay. Will the drum kit change in the future? I don't think I'm going to change it too much in the future. I'm really happy with the setup because it's like right in between being a small kit and like a super big kit. It's kind of medium and it's hybrid as well. So I'm really happy with the setup. I might make some minor changes, like maybe add like a couple more bells or change some of the cymbals. But for the most part, I'm super happy with how the setup is. It feels good to play. So I don't think I'm going to change it too much. Does my take include the Opiate EP? Yeah. So I'm playing everything from Opiate all the way to Opiate Squared, like the second one, which was released in 2022, I believe, somewhere around there. But it's everything Tool's ever recorded, as well as Salival, their live album there. I'm playing that as well to the best of my ability. Obviously, it's not perfect, but I'm gonna give it a shot because it was super fun. So yeah. Any noticeable memories that stand out when you learn/perform Play by Dave Grohl? I do. I remember learning that. I remember seeing that for the very first time when I was younger. Just seeing him play like all the instruments for 20 minutes and writing that piece. I love it. It's like in the first, I think it's within like the first 3 or 4 minutes or something. There's some really cool tom stuff going on. That was really fun to play. I think that's the most noticeable memory from learning that. Okay, did Drumeo get a hold of you yet? So, me and Brandon, we have been in contact like a little bit on Instagram and stuff. It's nothing formal or any formal talk about anything. But yeah, I have connected with Brandon a little bit just through Instagram and stuff. Like we'll comment on each other's videos and stuff sometimes, but nothing too formal. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. I'd love to do some stuff with them if that's ever a possibility. Obviously they're quite busy with a lot of other drummers and stuff right now. Because I'm just some 18-year-old guy out here. I'm not too high up there. So yeah, I would love to share some stuff with them though and whatnot. But yeah. Okay. What is going to be the biggest challenge? Endurance or skill or memory? I think it's a combination of all of them because I have to find a pace where I'm not playing too hard at the beginning because I started off really strong last time and then I found I was really tired by like the third or fourth album. So I have to pace myself out a little bit more. I'm not too hard or too worried about playing the parts right now. I'm just worried about controlling the endurance and making sure that I have enough energy to play those parts. And then memory, it's become a little bit more of a feeling playing these parts. Like it's come a little bit more natural just because of how many times I have played over those parts. But that's definitely a challenge. Like a combination of all three, just finding a balance. It's super tough for me, so I'm gonna try my best to find a better balance for the next take, just to make sure that I can play it comfortably without too much worry about things going south there. So yeah. Okay. Isn't the third eye salival the exact same thing? So yeah, funny thing. Off of Onima, third eye goes right into the salival third eye. They're back to back, but the salival one, it's live. And they actually play, like a lot of the parts are played different, or some of the little intricacies and rhythms, like with, I I don't know, kind of halfway through when he's playing on the ride, like he'll play some things a beat earlier than he does in the recorded version. So while they are super similar, but a lot of the parts they're modified quite a bit. I'd assume Danny's probably improvising while he was playing live like a little more. He wasn't really playing to the recorded one, but it's super cool. And there's some more chokes and pauses in the live one too, which is pretty cool. So yeah, they're different. They're different, but they are pretty similar at the same time. Would love to know what you think about the drummer of Meshuggah. Yeah, I haven't looked at too much Meshuggah. The only song I've really listened to is Bleed, which is super tough. I've tried to play that double kick part. I'm not the biggest double kick player, so it's difficult for me. But I think he's super good just based off of hearing that song. Like he's amazing. Yeah. Oh, Gojira. Yeah. No, Gojira is super. I really want to play some of their material. That'd be super fun. I love Mario's playing, like on a lot of their stuff, like the polyrhythmic stuff, but it's super heavy at the same time, and it sounds really cool, which is something I think he does super well. And it's, yeah, I can play like the intro of The Art of Dying. It's just that middle section, like the double kick in there, how quick it gets. It's brutal. It's really difficult. So yeah, I can't quite play that up to par yet. I'm not too quick with double kick, but yeah, I'd love to venture into some of that eventually. Oh, got to check out Gavin Harrison. I've heard of him quite a bit. I don't know. I've probably heard his playing on some songs, but I just don't know he's the one drumming it. But I've heard his name quite a bit. I definitely want to check out some Gavin Harrison stuff. Have I listened to Dream Theater? Yeah. I Dance of Eternity. I actually covered that one last year or something. Yeah, Dream Theater is super cool. Have I ever been to a Tool concert? Yeah. So I went to a Tool concert, I think it was November 2022 or 2023. I can't quite, it's probably, no, 2023. Yeah, it was in Toronto. Because I live in Ontario, just kind of like around that area or whatnot. So I was able to see the Toronto show, and it was super cool seeing them play live. They have such a great like atmosphere while they're playing live. It's super cool, like all the visuals, and super loud as well. It's a really powerful sound. So yeah, that was really fun. Ever think of a playthrough of From Mars to Sirius? I actually haven't heard of that. I'm not too sure what that is. Do you think I could play Reflection full song if I can play the main beat? Yeah, honestly, if you can nail that first beat, it builds on itself quite a bit. So you just build on that first beat. There is one really tough part in the middle where it involves like a bunch of doubles, like double stuff. But apart from that, for the most part, yeah, if you can play that main beat, I think you could definitely crack down the entire song. Have you listened to Petro Dragonic by King Gizzard? No, I have not. I haven't. Oh, it's the album from Gojira, the one with Flying. Oh, I got you. Okay, yeah. I've probably listened to a couple tracks off of Mars to Sirius then, but I haven't really looked into Gojira too much. Like I said, like I follow Mario quite closely. Like I'll watch a bunch of his drum solos and watch some of his stuff. Like I love his playing. I haven't taken too much of a dive into Gojira yet, but I'd love to. What do you think makes a great drummer? I feel like that's kind of a tough one to say because it's really different for everyone. I think a big thing is just being able to play with feel, and along with like other musicians being able to play in a musical environment without having too much focus on just your own part, being able to feel like the other parts as well while you're playing, so you can make your drumming a bit more melodic and musical. But I think the biggest thing that makes a great drummer is just anyone who has like a big passion for it and is willing to grow with drumming. If you can set that goal for yourself and go for it, I really think that's what makes a good drummer. It's not necessarily like the skill level you have. I really think it's within like your motivation and what you're willing to achieve and like drive for. So that's what I think. Like I said though, like it's different for everyone, but yeah. What's the most obscure, weirdest band you know actually enjoy listening to? That's a tough one. I don't really have an answer for that right now. Something might come to my head, but I don't really have a full answer to that. What did you think of Fear Inoculum? If you're talking about the album, like I think it's a great album. It's a super fun album to play. It's really difficult though, because like the songs they're a lot more stretched out and they're more technical. There's not a lot of repeating stuff in those songs. They change up quite a bit. If you're talking about like the song Fear Inoculum, it's really fun. That's the first one I started learning off of Fear Inoculum, just because it's the first one. I really like the tabla stuff on the pads at the beginning. Those samples are really fun, and like the main groove in there as well is super, super fun to play. Okay. But yeah. Apart from that, I think I'm gonna wrap things up in a few minutes here. I just thought I'd do a quick check-in, just let you guys know that I'm back. The wrist is okay. I'm all good to go for another take. I'm thinking I'm gonna do that on Friday, June 20th. So exactly a week from now. I'm gonna do the final take from the Tool discography. Now that I've got my new plan, I think I'm more ready. But yeah, I'm gonna say like probably a week exactly from now. I'll probably start around like 11 a.m. EDT. I'm just gonna do one take. I don't want to restart again. I've kind of set a goal for myself. I just want to hit record and just play. Just try to focus, lock in a little bit, and not worry so much about maybe if the camera's not recording or if the stream's okay. Just fully focus on playing. And then, yeah, just have fun with it. Hopefully I get through it. I'm really, really hopeful. I think I'll be able to, now that I'm more prepared. But yeah, I'm going to say Friday the 20th. I'm going to give it my last shot and then just take it as is, because I don't want to keep doing this. It's a really, really long video, and the reality is it's not going to be perfect. So I just need to keep playing through it, and just try my best to enjoy it and play comfortably. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, if there's any last questions here before I head out, I'm more than happy to answer. But yeah, no, it's been a blast connecting with you guys again. I love having the ability to do this. I think it's really fun because like through the videos and stuff, I'm not able to properly connect with you guys. Like, yeah, I can respond to comments, but being able to talk with you guys is a great opportunity, and I really enjoy doing it. So yeah. Okay. How would I rank the Tool albums? Oh man. Oh, that's tough. Okay, my top two are 10,000 Days and Anima. I think I like 10,000 Days better. I'm gonna go 10,000 Days, Anima. I don't know what kind of falls under that. It's kind of tough. Probably Lateralis after that one. Undertow, Fear Inoculum. I think I'd rank like the studio ones kind of like that. 10,000 Days is definitely my favorite, though. I love those tracks. They're super, super fun to play. Okay. So, yeah. I think I'll try to set up a little schedule thing for the stream just so you'll have the countdown in like your local time. I'll schedule one of those streams for next Friday. And then I'll try my best to make it through the discography again. Hopefully I get that recording, and then I'll get the full video edited, put that up. Yeah, I think the biggest thing right now just for me is I'm just going to try to have fun with it and just try my best to pace myself out so I don't tire myself. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah, you guys take care. It was great connecting with all you guys again. I really appreciate like all the support as well, and the donations and stuff too I received throughout the stream. All of it goes right back into this gear. It's really helped a lot. I just bought a couple new bass drum beaters with it as well. I'm going to get some fresh heads. And then just kind of back at my home studio a little bit. I bought like a new backdrop and stuff with all that as well. So it's definitely helping relieve some of the stress with money regarding like the drumming stuff. So again, like I really appreciate all the support from you guys. It means the world to me. It's great connecting with you guys as well and being able to share my passion with you guys too. So yeah, again, you guys take care. Thank you so much. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in a week. So, oh, yeah. How many inches is my kick drum? It's 22 by, I want to say 22 or 24, something like that. But yeah. Sorry I missed that. Okay. So yeah. I will see you guys next week. I'm going to give it my best shot next Friday. And yeah, you guys take care.